Hello everyone, this is Chocowet here, and today I'm going to be presenting to you my top 10 holotapes of Fallout 3. Holotapes from all of the DLCs were taken into consideration when writing this list. Up at number 10, Project Purity Personal Journal, Entry 5. Jaimes, the lone wanderer's father, once a scientist working on Project Purity, escaped with his only child into the safety of Vault 101. However, even in the vault, James's passion for the project never died.
Even in Vault 101, my work on Project Purity never really stopped. Soon after we arrived, my nightly routine included sneaking into the restricted areas, searching for, I don't know, whatever I could find. It was a Vault-Tec facility after all. The place was built with some of the most advanced technology this country had ever developed. Those excursions never turned up anything particularly useful. So, one night, after half a bottle of scotch, I broke into the overseer's office. It was easy enough to hack his console, gain access to the restricted files. Most of it was garbage, propaganda, spy reports, just plain rambling bullshit, really. But there was one thing, one name that stood out amongst all the others. Dr. Stanislaus Braun. I knew of Braun's work, of course. He was a celebrity in his day. Vault-Tec's sorcerous scientist, leaving his peers in awe of his technological wizardry. But it was in Vault 101 that night in the Overseer's office I first learned of Braun's involvement in Vault-Tec's Social Preservation Program and his work on something called GECK, the Garden of Eden Creation Kit.
In search of the GECK, Jaimes made his way to Vault 112, where he was captured by Braun and placed in Tranquility Lane. 9. My Diary by Jason Grant, Entry 1. The day the bombs fell, a number of students from Early Dawn Elementary School went on a field trip to Little Lamplight Caverns. Though the few adults and 80 children were safe within the caverns, months passed and supplies began to dwindle. One by one, the adults left the cavern never to return, with the teacher, Carrie Delaney, being the last one. One of her students, Jason Grant, took matters into his own hands and took charge of the other children.
I guess this thing is working. I'm Jason Grant. I'm 10 years old. I'm in Miss Delaney's class at Early Dawn Elementary. A month ago, a big war came and everything was destroyed. Except us. We're still okay in these caves. Kind of. Mrs. Delaney went out this morning to get help, and she never came back. The other adults never came back either. So now it's just us kids. A lot of the others still cry every day. They're really scared. I'm not. There's nothing to be scared of, as long as we don't go outside. Nobody else wants to be in charge, so I'm gonna try. Most of the kids listen to me already, so it should be easy.
8. Self-determination is not a malfunction.
Zimmer, by the time you get this message, I'll already be gone. I'm escaping the Commonwealth. I want to live my own life on my own terms, as my own man. I know what you're thinking, that I'm malfunctioning. I used to think that's what caused the runaways too. But I know better now. Self-determination is not a malfunction. I'm not just willing to put up with all the bullshit anymore. You humans are going to have a full-fledged rebellion on your hands if you don't start treating us synths as persons. I know you'll be marshalling the Retention Bureau to come after me, but I know all the tricks of the trade. You won't be finding me. I assure you, by the time you get this, I will be someone else. It's the price I pay for my liberation, my final act of rebellion against a system I no longer believe in. Goodbye, Zimmer, and good riddance.
A321 was a synth who worked in the Synth Retention Bureau. Within him, he found empathy for his fellow synths and escaped the Institute. He fled to the Capital Wasteland and with the help of the railroad, underwent facial reconstruction and a memory wipe. He became Harkness and began a new life in Rivet City. 7. Diary 2, The Scourge. During the Brotherhood of Steel's journey to the Capital Wasteland, they arrived at the ruins of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The city was in a chaotic state, full of raiders and slavers terrorizing the few innocent survivors. The Brotherhood swept through the city, killing any that stood in their path. One of their own, Ishmael Asher, was left behind. Asher describes the Scourge in one of 4 holotapes he left for his daughter.
Marie, the first thing you need to know is that I wasn't always the Lord of the Pit. Long before I was a king, I was a scholar and a soldier. In fact, I was in the Brotherhood of Steel. You've probably heard about them, but you may not have heard what we did to the city. The Scourge. When we came here, the pit was just a breeding ground for trogs, cannibals, and worse. Commander had us torch the place and take what we could. The pit had useful technology, but it was suicide to stay here. So when an explosion left me buried in the mill, my brothers were sure I was dead. I don't blame them for leaving. I probably would have. We thought nothing could live in the pit. We were wrong.
6. Alien Captive Recorded Log 19. The aliens aboard Mothership Zeta have been abducting humans from Earth for centuries, keeping some cryogenically frozen and others for experimentation. Over the years, the aliens have forced many humans to record their voices for their collections. However, one human used the voice recording to leave a warning for future humans that would be abducted by the aliens.
This is my final message. If this doesn't work, I hope someone gets this recording and can bring it back to Earth. I've been able to figure out how to use some of the alien devices, like this recorder, and I think I know what they want with our world. They mean to take as many of us as they can and change us into some sort of abomination. Many of us have been killed because of their experiments. They've been keeping us in cells and then moving us one by one to their experimentation labs. I've managed to escape, but they are looking for me. You've got to send help up here. As far as I can tell, they're never gonna stop until they've captured hundreds, maybe thousands of us. The good news is that they're totally reliant on technology. Without it, they're no tougher than you or I. A small, well-equipped force could take this ship and free all the prisoners on board. That's your best chance. I've got to keep moving, so I need to hide this tape. Good luck to all of us, and Godspeed.
The abominations of the ship are half-alien, half-human hybrids that are feral and hostile to anything that is not one of their own. 5. Marcella's last words. Marcella was a missionary that the lone wanderer may have met in Point Lookout. She sent them to search for the, pardon me, I don't speak Lovecraft, the Krivbekne, an old book said to possess dark power, so that the lone wanderer may destroy it. However, if she was helped, she was found dead at the disaster relief outpost.
They attacked while I slept. I don't expect to survive. I only pray that that you haven't taken that book to Obadiah. You must take up my mission. There is one way to utterly destroy the Krivbekne, but you must take a pilgrimage far north of Point Lookout in the capital wasteland. Seek a place called Dunwich. Within is an obelisk, itself a wicked thing. It'll consume the book. You need only press the book to its surface. May God shed his blessings upon you, child. Make haste for Dunwich. My God, I am sorry for all my sins with all my heart. In choosing to do wrong and failing to do good, I have sinned against you, whom I should.
The book belonged once to Constance Blackhall in Point Lookout, and her great-great-great-grandson Obadiah Blackhall still searches for it. However, it has the ability to be destroyed if taken to the Dunwich building in the capital wasteland. 4. Professor Malleus Audio Log V92-06. Vault 92 promised musicians a place to preserve musical talent, inviting the best of the best to a place of safety within the vault. However, the vault was filled with white noise generators that planted subliminal messages into the vault dwellers' minds. The head of this experiment within the vault, Professor Malleus, thought that the experiment was just to see how white noise could allow for control over people by making them more suggestible. However, after many of the vault dwellers became violent, he uncovered the true experiment.
I can't believe what I've discovered. Just before he died, one of the security team members told me everything. the Overseer, has been implanting these murderous intentions in the entire Vault population without my knowledge, using the loudspeakers in the dorms instead of just the studios. He subjected everyone to the white noise as they slept. He then implanted combat suggestions he claims came from Vault-Tec itself. He must be completely insane. No observation, no controls. I'm going to have to confront him now and make him pay for what he's done. Half the Vault is dead. The other half, fighting for its life. Good luck to all of us. And may God have mercy on our souls.
3. Contact tape.
I apologize that I cannot receive you in person, Agent Zhang. Our Norfolk contact confirms your arrival. How eager the Americans are to believe that a great mind of the people would defect. Our countrymen will herald you as a hero when your work is done. To that end, let us turn to the details of your mission. This room will be your safe house in Point Lookout. Focus initially on playing the American lapdog. Do not arouse suspicion. When it is safe, use the key you were given in Norfolk to open one of the public rental lockers on the boardwalk near the motel. You will be provided with the password you'll need to access your mission debriefing. The agreed-upon payment will be paid upon extraction. Hayun, Agent Zhang.
Dr. Zheng was a Chinese double agent before the war sent to Point Lookout. He posed as a deserter, offering his help in retrieving information from the Chinese submarine SSN-371A, which had been captured by United States forces. However, his true mission was to gain access to the submarine so that he could destroy it. 2. Jaimes' personal journal, entry 8. Jaime Palabras lived a relatively normal life with his father in the Wastes until his father returned to the camp with a strange book. The book began to drive his father mad, and he was determined to return it to its source. Jaime tracked his father, first with the help of raiders and then with a caravan, until he ended up in the Dunwich building. And there, Jaime found his father had turned into a ghoul.
God help me. I found Dad today. I didn't think it was him, but the face. The zombies didn't touch him. I think he was becoming like them. Didn't know it was him until I found that old book near him. No more killing. I just need to go. Can't forget the book. All I have left of him. It's warm against the stone. I'll just rest a while.
Jaime remained in the bowels of the Dunwich building. The radiation from the obelisk turned him into a ghoul and poisoned his mind until he became devoted to Og Quatolth. And for number 1, Alien Captive Recorded Log 1. The first of 25 recordings available to the Lone Wanderer, Recorded Log 1 is the recording of Andrew Endicott, an American living in Salem, Massachusetts in 1697, who was abducted by the aliens.
What? Talk into this thing? Just talk? I don't have to do anything else? Ow! All right! Ow! I said all right! Just stop! Hello. Hello. My name is Andrew Endicott. On the night of May 17th, the year of our Lord 1697, I was taken from my home in Salem Village. I do not know where I am exactly, or why I came to be here. I've seen through windows the stars and sun and beloved earth down there below me. So it would seem I am aboard some vessel suspended in the ether. Ironically, it would seem so close to where I thought heaven must surely lie. But this is not heaven, and my captors are not angels. I'm not entirely unconvinced that the scripture is wrong, that heaven and hell are reversed. For my captives are devils, demons from my nightmares. Even now, they watch me, make me talk. They seem to want me to tell my story. I know not why. A record of their deeds, perhaps? Or am I just a pawn in some evil game? And there are others, other captives, I mean. From whence they came, I cannot say. Some wear strange dress, as if they're from a different time, and some are frozen, as in ice. unmoving, but I think alive. I believe they plan the same fate for me. Will I be frozen too? Will I... Ow! Stop it! I did what you said! You wanted me to talk, so I talked. Just leave me. Leave me be.
I hope you've enjoyed my list and found it helpful, and remember to like and subscribe. Bye!
Do you believe in kissing honey? You bet I do. Well, I believe in kissing honey when the moon is new.